I've broken my own rule. I tried to film this video before, like 5 minutes ago, but I sort of stumbled over my words too much, and that's quite ironic considering the topic that I'm going to go for today is everybody is wrong. Nobody is completely right. Everybody stumbles, everybody makes mistakes. If you express an opinion over a medium of communication, whether it be through a conversation, through a text message, through a film, through a piece of music, through a piece of art, however you go about it, sometimes there are cloudy, sort of not complete words, phrases, thoughts, whatever, inside those mediums of communication, and you can sometimes come across as saying the wrong thing. I know that. You most probably know that because, hey, have you ever been wrong about something? Have you ever tried to say something to someone, but you didn't come across well enough, and then they misunderstood you? Yeah, I mean, everybody has. It's just a fact of matter. You've got to imagine that people do make mistakes. You're not the only one who makes mistakes. Everybody else does. And I think because humans are selfish, well, not selfish, sort of self-centered, more like people, human nature is like you can't really envision how other people are feeling all the time. I mean, empathy is a really good trait to have, but it's not always completely accurate. You can't always predict how other people are feeling completely. What was my point? Yeah, you've got to imagine that other people aren't perfect, as well as you not being perfect. Which is, leaning on to what I'm going to say now, is that you can't take massive shots at people because of how they've made a mistake. Like, okay, imagine somebody says something to you and they didn't formulate it correctly in their head and it came out stumbly and the words were a bit jumbled up and it gave off a different connotation to the one they were trying to give off. And you slate them for that. You sort of go, hey, that was a really shit thing to do, you're a really crap person, etc, etc, blah de blah. You've got to imagine that there is up here, there is someone's mind taking in that information that you're giving them, that information that they are a shit person, and they are taking that to heart, and they are basically just apologising profusely, maybe even not out loud, but mentally they're saying, I'm so sorry, I really didn't mean it like this, etc, etc. I hope you don't think of me as a massively shit person, but obviously once you've said something you can't take it back. So once you've made a mistake you need to either A, rectify that mistake, B, just apologise for it. Because not all mistakes can be fixed. Not everything that you say that is wrong can then be like built upon to make it right again. Sometimes you're just shit. But sometimes, not all the time. Nobody is completely shit all the time. I don't think. I really hope that there's no one like that in the world. But what I'm saying is, don't slate someone massively and unrelentingly if they do say something wrong, because chances are they didn't mean it. If they say something wrong and you take personal offence to it and you fire shots at them, maybe if you've overreacted as well, and that's really awful, then you've got to remember that the person is sort of taking that information on board more literally than you probably mean it. And basically just try and be more understanding of the person's mistakes, because I think humanity could do with a little bit more of understanding other people than we already do. Okay, that's my thoughts on this. Cool.